All right, today we're doing a deep dive into one of my favorite chapters from a classic novel, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. We're going to zero in on just chapter 11, but trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. A family in crisis, a pretty wild cure, and a really powerful showdown of ideas. So let's set the scene. We're in Brooklyn, 1912, and the chapter opens with a man screaming. That man is Johnny Nolan, the father of the family. He's charming, he's a dreamer, but he's also an alcoholic. And right now he's locked in his bedroom after a 3-day bender, deep in the throes of the DTs, just weeping and begging and screaming. It's a full-blown crisis.
Now, his wife, Katie, has a method for dealing with this. It's tough love. To the extreme. Her plan is to just let him suffer it out, thinking the pain will somehow harden him and teach him a lesson. But it completely backfires. Johnny doesn't get harder. He just crumbles. And in their crowded tenement building, where you can hear everything, his screams are a source of deep shame for the whole family.
Katie is totally unnerved. Her plan is a disaster, and she is completely out of options. So she plays her final card. She runs to the factory to get her sister, Sissy. Sissy is the one person in their world who might, just might, be able to handle this mess.
And here comes Sissy. Now, Sissy is a woman of action. She promises she'll come over and fix him up, but she's not just bringing good intentions. Oh no, she shows up with a very specific and, let's just say, highly unconventional plan in mind. Okay, so what's she got up her sleeve?
Yep, her solution is a half pint of whiskey, tucked away in her corset, of course. This is the absolute polar opposite of Katie's approach, right? Katie wants him to suffer. Sissy is here to bring comfort. Her goal isn't to teach a lesson, it's to end the pain, right now. So Katie literally locks Sissy in the bedroom with Johnny. He sees her, and he knows she's a friend. He begs her for a drink. And instead of a lecture, instead of judgment, he gets this, a soft, comforting voice. Her whole method is just immediate, pure empathy. But here's the thing you have to understand. Sissy's cure is so much more than just the whiskey. That's just step one, to quiet the screaming. After that, she actually lies down next to him and holds him like a mother would hold a child. She soothes him when he moans in his sleep. She creates this completely safe space where he can finally let go of all his terror and just weep. At one point, he even calls her Mama. It's this deeply, profoundly maternal act of healing. And this quote just perfectly captures who Sissy is. This is a moment where the narrator actually hits pause on the action to give us a full portrait of this woman. Because what she just did for Johnny, that wasn't a fluke. That is the absolute essence of Sissy. The book describes her as a giver. She has so much tenderness inside her, so much love to give, that she just offers it to anyone or anything that seems to need it. There's no judgment, no holding back. And her love isn't just for people. I mean, it is. She loves men, women, kids, the people society has forgotten about. But her empathy goes so much further than that. This is someone who weeps for stray cats, who sees beauty in a weed like clover, who will literally leave a piece of cheese out for a mouse. Her capacity for empathy is it's boundless. Okay, so Johnny is finally sleeping peacefully. The immediate crisis is over. But as soon as Sissy walks out of that bedroom, a totally new kind of battle begins, right there in the kitchen. This one's a battle of ideas between the two sisters.
So you'd think Katie's first reaction would be relief or gratitude, right? Nope, not even close. Her first reaction is suspicion. She sees Sissy's clothes are a bit of a mess from lying on the bed, and her mind immediately goes to the worst possible place. It tells you everything you need to know about Katie's rigid, moralistic view of the world and Sissy's reputation in it.
And this right here, this is the core of their conflict. It's a clash of worldviews. For Katie, things are black and white. Johnny is a drunk. He needs to be told he's wrong. Sissy's world is, well, it's a lot messier and a lot more compassionate. Her response is, well, everybody's something. For her, it's not about fixing people. It's about accepting them, flaws and all. And Sissy does not hold back. She just cuts right through all of Katie's self-righteousness with this absolute truth bomb. She basically calls her out, saying, let's be real, Katie, you can't separate physical love from marriage and then act like you're on a moral high ground. It's this brutally honest, down-to-earth perspective, and it just completely dismantles Katie's entire argument. And after that, Katie's got nothing. She's speechless. Sissy's logic, as unconventional as it is just undeniable. And being defeated like that forces Katie into this really interesting moment of internal conflict, where she has to question everything she thought she knew about what's right and what's wrong. And this is Katie's quiet breakthrough. She has this thought all to herself. She realizes that even if the world calls Sissy bad, her actions, what she actually does, result in real, tangible good for anyone lucky enough to be in her orbit. She even thinks that God himself would have to take Sissy's goodness into account, no matter what her reputation is.
And that's what this whole incredible chapter leaves us with. It's this central, powerful question. You have Sissy, with her scandalous reputation, but whose actions come from this deep well of effective empathy. And then you have Katie, who is outwardly respectable and moral, but whose actions only lead to more suffering. So what truly defines a person's goodness? Their reputation or their actions? That's the question we're left to chew on.